Let's give them something to chat about. ChatN OUT, ChatN OUT, ChatN OUT, ChatN OUT with you.
Hive, and I believe we're going live.
My goodness. What
Yeah,
a novel concept.
Now it says red live. I'm telling you, this thing was not saying that shit before, dude. I'm not stupid.
I know you ain't. You're good.
Well, yeah, not everybody does. All my podcast listeners know that I am pretty much stupid. So, what's your name again, man? Vinnie. Let's just get the title. We're going live. I want to be sure that we get out the exact what you're doing and what we're talking about, because I want to talk about the Hive and then talk about your new movies coming out after that.
All right, baby. My name is Vinnie Vineyard, also known as Funkmaster V from my wrestling days, which I actually have a match coming up in 10 days, weirdly enough, which is stupid for me at my age. But anyway, co-creator of Big and Funky Productions. You just saw The Hike, you said, and you enjoyed it, which is on Amazon Prime. And we got a bunch of other movies about the Appalachians. They're called the Smoky Mountain Chronicles. 6 horror comedies about the Mid-South, the legends and the lore of Appalachia.
But I did want to apologize because I have misquoted the name of your film multiple times as being The Hive instead of The Hike. And that's nothing wrong with y'all. For some reason, I've said it multiple times, The Hive, and my girl's even like, you mean The Hike? I'm like, yeah, that's what I mean. I mean The Hike.
Well, there's no bee people. There's no bee people in the movie or anything crazy like that.
I know, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, there's no reason for me to think that it's The Hive at all. I think from the first time y'all sent me the link or something, like, hey, you can check this out on Amazon Prime. I told my girl, I was like, hey, we got to check out The Hive. And she's like, that says The Hike. It's like, whatever, let's just watch it, damn it.
The Hive is a better title, though. It's just, so you're on to something there. But
I would love to. How'd you come up with the idea for The Hike? The Hike with a K. My name starts with a K. You think I'd get that shit together, man?
Well, my name starts with a V, so maybe I should switch it.
See, The Hive, and then it could go The Hive, Vinnie, like just the V, the Vinnie goes down. Or
the Hike we were doing. We do paranormal television for a couple small television shows, and we had a investigation of this Cherokee legend in North Carolina called Spearfinger, and Spearfinger is a rock golem. She is a shapeshifter. She has been killed, thankfully, by the Cherokee people, but she used to kill people with this long obsidian finger. She'd stab people in the liver, eat their liver.
Is that what the thing, the necklace that they're wearing, or the one that the very phallic necklace? By the way, phallic. Like, first of all, I saw it, I was like, is that a dildo?
Yeah.
But I realized what it was afterwards. But the first time I saw it, I was like, a dildo, guys.
That's in our story. Her spirit has been bound to that mojo, and the mojo was buried.
It's a good story, man.
Thank you. And anyway, the Cherokee people, we went over there to investigate, and we actually we were investigating Spearfinger, which is ridiculous, but it was actually, when we got out on the road, we drove out to this road called the Road to Nowhere, which is actually a road to nowhere. There's no gas stations, there's no houses. It's a highway that goes about 10 miles, and then it just stops. There's the tunnel, and you see the tunnel in the beginning where there's tons of penises spray painted all throughout. We kind of make a joke about that, and then it just goes into a trail. And the trail leads to this thing called the Norton Creek Trail, which is the most haunted trail in North Carolina. I don't know how they figure that out. Like, if they have the AP or UPI coaches poll, dun, 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 this week, the most haunted trail in North Carolina. I don't know how they figure that out. But they say Spearfinger can be seen. And we saw a lot of evidence of something that could arguably be said, well, that could be something that Spearfinger was up to. We've heard, Spearfinger is a mimic. She's like a modern-day siren. She can appear to you as somebody you want to screw. Your wife, your girlfriend. She can appear to you as a child, a grandmother. She in the legend, she likes appearing to people as an old person. And so we investigated it, and we went over there, and we thought the Cherokee people would be like, oh man, that's just a crazy story. I thought it was a boogeyman story. You know, I'm
Right,
white.
right.
I'm white. You know, it was something somebody told people. Hey, you don't want your kids running off the trail. You don't want them to run up to white people on the trail. It was a way to protect children. I just thought the people would laugh at it, and it's actually everybody, even the chick at Arby's, the Native American cashier at Arby's on the Cherokee Reservation, she was very serious about it. Now I acted weird, like why are you asking us about this, and what's the angle? And at that point, we were doing a TV show about it, and then we were like, when we got all this evidence on the trail, we saw orange lights, and we were told if you see orange lights on the trail, that means Spearfinger's around. That's spirits trying to warn you. And when we walked down the trail, we heard, and we caught that on camera, and we heard voices all over the place, screams, conversations, warnings. What we couldn't understand anything really what was being said, but you could tell the tone. And we kept thinking, and again, we're on the road to nowhere, 2 a.m., middle of nowhere, on a trail, and there's nobody out there. It's nobody's fucking with us because there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And so we're walking, and then our buddy, the guy in the movie, it's 7 feet tall. He's my tag team partner in wrestling. His name's Big Luke.
Oh, with the guy that you fought at the
yeah,
the fight. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't not try to spoil, but that dude was massive, bro.
That guy is huge.
Yeah, he looks like I would not fuck with him at all. And I'm 6'3", dude. Used to be 300 pounds. I'm not fucking with that dude now.
What's funny is everybody thinks I'm 5'1" because I'm always standing next to that guy. I'm almost 6 foot tall myself, and everybody looks up at me and goes, "Wow, you're kind of tall. We thought you were this," And I'm like, "Well, I'm standing next to a dude that's 7 feet tall." So anyway, so we are walking on this trail, and we hear this voice behind us that goes, "Hey guys," and it's Luke's voice, and we all turn around. Luke is in front of us. He's leading the march. And I'm in the very back with the camera. And we're like, oh, my God. So that goes with the Spearfinger and Mimic. And then all of a sudden, about 4 or 5 minutes later, this rock is thrown with great fervitude. It hits the tree. Thump. It misses my daughter's head by this much. We capture that on camera. And so Spearfinger can manipulate nature, rocks. She knocks down a lot of trees on people and stuff like that. And that's the legend of her. So anyway, we were like, wow, there's actually some interesting stuff out here that you could make a movie about. And then we combined the story and the legend of Spearfinger. Our girl Candy with the dreadlocks, she's mostly native. And we were like, that would be an interesting story. And then we combined it with a bunch of hiking stories from my brother. My brother had a lot of mishaps hiking, and we so a lot of the stuff, like the Polaroids on the trail, first time he ever went hiking, he found
fucking creepy, dude.
Naked bound people, and he actually ran into a bunch of crazy rednecks at one of the shelters and was like, let's get the H out of here. Because at that point, he was a BMX dork. He wasn't a nature guy. So,
right.
And then so I mean, we combined a bunch of those stories, and a lot of it's true. I mean, I'm from Baltimore originally. I don't like hiking. I don't like nature. So the entire me falling down and bitching about hiking the entire time, that came from a real place.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of Ricky from Trailer Park Boys when you did that little fall. Like I just saw him like slipping down into the water over and over again. Like when you fall, I was like, yeah, that's a Ricky moment right there.
Yeah, I don't have hiking shoes, so some of that stuff is in the movie, but a lot of it is real. And then my girlfriend in the movie, Candy, she loves that shit. So that goes right along with the dynamic of our friendship, as we were pretending to be together.
Right. And I do love the moment in the movie where y'all are sleeping in the tent and some scary shit happens. You come out with no shirt on, just your boxers. She comes out fully clothed. I was like, did she fall asleep like that? This dude just got like half-ass naked, like thinking that's something. My mind just wanders when that shit happens.
Well,
when you come out and you're like, what's going on, guys? And she's fully clothed. I was like, how did she get fully dressed before her bandana is perfect? All that shit.
Well, girls, that's after right after we dropped acid, and we alluded to the fact that we were going to get down. A girl, I think, in the woods would get dressed just
Right.
in case something crazy happened to protect their.
I could
their,
see that.
honor.
Yeah, that
And then a
is
guy would
good.
just be like, "Fuck it, I just had sex. I'm going to sleep." So
right.
that's kind of what we were going for there.
Right. And like, I don't know. Like when you stepped out of that tent, I saw myself stepping out of that tent. Like when you stepped, I was like, yeah, I can see that. I can see myself just stepping out. Like, I don't give a fuck. Let's do it. You want to fight? I'm down here in my skivvies. Let's go. But yeah, I mean, dude, that the entire flick, and it was surprising to me because it was very fucking good. And like I said, man, that first scene, that grainy ass footage is like, what did I get myself into? Who am I? Who wants to talk about this artsy fartsy? It looked like a college student, like one of those films you saw like from back in the day, like, oh, this is a college film we did, all silent and everything, nothing going on. But then it just like it. And then when homegirl took her shirt off, and it makes it sound like I'm the most pervy guy ever. Like just, hey, yeah, she took her shirt off. There's tits in the movie now. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is a harkens back to like Friday the 13th and like the 80s when, you know, you saw women being naked, but it wasn't like perfect 10 models. And she was a beautiful woman, but she was like the only thing that would have made it better if she was completely tan with just some pale ass nipples, dude. Those triangle nipples, that harkens back to the 80s for me, and then nothing sexier than triangle pale tip titties to me, dude.
Well, that's the whole beginning of the movie was supposed to be an homage to the 80s, and that, so that's, you picked up on that, and that's cool. And then it, you know, the tone of the movie changed, you know, and a lot of people are confused by the hike, but it's really the first genre it should be in is a mystery, because it is what is happening, what's going on in the woods. It is a comedy, it is a horror, it is a throwback, but it's
you fit multi what do you call it? You can be described in multiple different things because it's comedy, it's horror, it's mystery. I mean, it's fucking 90s nostalgia too, dude. I mean, when I saw y'all talking wrestling shit and doing the swerving, I mean, I took it back. I mean, I felt like Bruce Pritchard talking about fucking what's his name? Everyone hates in the 90s. If I don't write out exactly what I'm gonna say, I have these moments.
Lex Luger.
No, what the fuck is that? The writer guy.
Vince Russo.
Yes, there you go, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Vince. Yeah, and it's your name too. You. I get so angry. Like, there's moments in my pockets like, oh, I can't think of the name, and I'm just like, fuck it, y'all can figure it out. Y'all knew who I'm talking about. But when it all just, your whole movie just kind of like, it brought me back and it kept me going. There were points where I was like, okay, we're and then you like swerved a little bit because I think that's your wrestling background. Like, hey, we're gonna show you a little comedy, we're gonna show you a little horror, but then I'm gonna flip it on you. Like, I thought it was gonna end like every 80s movie ends, you know? But you swerved me, motherfucker. You swerved me. And
I love the ending.
Yeah, the ending's fucking brilliant. I don't want to give that away. I want people to come see that movie because it's surprisingly great. Surprisingly great. And
thank you.
Whenever I was a chef, people would say like, "Oh, your food was actually good." Do I look like I would cook bad food? Like, granted, I look like I'm cooking in a bomb shelter, this restaurant. Like, I get that, but do I look like I would make bad food? And like, when I don't want to be like, "Oh, it was actually good." Do I look like I would make bad movies, motherfucker? Do I look like that bitch? No, but I was very impressed by the movie. And real quick, before I forget, I did see your paranormal show through one of the leaks. I watched about 1.5 episodes. I haven't gotten fully into it, but is the story of Spearfinger in that show do I need to watch it further?
3.1 Wrestling with Ghosts. If you watch episode 3.1, that's Spearfinger.
Motherfucker, I'm a half episode from that. I knew. See, and I was watching it. I just dude, I got so many fucking things going on with TikTok and stuff and podcasting and. You know, and I gotta watch other things that I don't want to just to talk about it.
Right.
But dude, and my girl is like, she is very paranormal and all. I'm not a disbeliever, but I've never seen anything to like make me believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something more out there. I'm almost positive I don't know all of it, but I've never. And like, dude, what you were describing, y'all in fucking hill country, I see the that scene in Pineapple Express where they're screaming through the woods and running to the tree. That would have been me. There's no fucking way I'm listening to some guy telling me, watch out. There's no fucking way I'm seeing it. I'm like, nah, guys, I'm done. I'm going back to the car. I'll meet y'all later.
Dude, it's wild. Our show is fucking crazy, man. I mean, there is something about the amalgamation of all of our personalities or something that generates a lot of paranormal activity when we get together. And we did the show because it was an opportunity, and then after the first episode, we were like, okay, there's something going on out here that I don't know if they're ghosts, I don't know if they're demons, I don't know if they're dead people, I don't know if they're time travelers, I don't know if they're interdimensional beings, I don't know if it's residual energy, I don't know if it's creatures we can't perceive because we just don't have the receptors for. They're passing through the veil. I have no idea what's going on. But there are things out there and that you cannot explain. And I'm not going to sit there and tell people that it's dead people. It could be a combination of multiple of those things. It could be none of those things. I don't know.
You're good. We're back. I'm sorry to click me on to that shit.
The ghost got you.
Yeah, I'm talking to you about all the fun ghosts, and I do like and shit. So I like your outlook on all that. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's strange.
Well, the next movie is this one. Let me see if I can do this. This is that is the poster of The Hike.
All right, yeah. See, The Hike.
I
so thought you were gonna say that is The Hive. No, I'm so joking.
And then there's the next movie, WJHC. And if you look up top there's a red cross. WJHCAM, that's the poster for the next movie that I'm actually working on, and it should be everywhere in about 10 weeks.